Hello and welcome to the STB Racing League Season 23 British Grand Prix. We're here at the Silverstone circuit. We did have a few problems with the race. Safety car was apparently
out on that one.
called out. So the game even knows that this race is going to be complete carnage. Matt, welcome to Britain. There was rain at the end of the Grand Prix, they said. The rain was forecasted, so that has been made the case in the forecast in the weather settings. So this is going to be a banger of a Grand Prix, Matt, and we are going in now. We'll go, lights and away they go in Britain at the Silverstone circuit. Round 8 with lights and away they go, and Fieberins alongside Alfa Romeo on the first corner. Bit of braking there.
Darkins right outside of him.
Yeah, 3 wide it looks like. Well, 2 wide into the new corner here, turn number 3. Looks like there's been some collisions down at the back there. That's Noble span round. Francis has had a few problems. What's happening at midfield? We've got Callum getting bars through as well.
That's Correa, I think. Oh, there's been more of a collision. He's come back on the circuit and he's caused a bit of mayhem. Come back onto the circuit, and Correa, Dirtu, has been involved in that.
Yeah.
So.
I ain't got a clue what happened there. I'm just going to check the stream's working, Matt.
There's a Haas round. It is David out. And a Mercedes round as well. That is DJ Danny. DJ Danny's now down to P18.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Was there a collision with David Al and Danny?
I'll assume so, yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake, man. But anyway, moving on.
I don't think exactly. Maybe somebody else crashed and got caught.
Pistem leads the British Grand Prix. Second is Darkin. Third is Fieberin. Darkin's got the move done. He's on those mediums.
Oh, Darkin a bit wide there through Chapel. But he survived.
And the clouds are starting to form already, Matt, here in Britain.
All the back of Fieberin. Fieberin's used a bit of battery. A lot of battery's been used in this first lap. 50% for Dynamo and Star and Fieberin. Dano's not the inside of Fieberin, but he thinks about it. Oh, Fieberin almost hits the back of Dark Engineer, but he manages to hold on. You can tell he's really gasping on the brakes because he starts to lose the rear as he tries to avoid him, as he tries to stay on the brakes for longer. But he survives.
Who's that, Lincoln?
No, that was Fieberin almost in the back of Dark, and that was.
Oh yeah, well, Lincoln's trying to get a move on the Ferrari. The Aston, sorry. Then there's another. And Abraham's on the inside of the Aston Martin. Then there's another up ahead. That's Star. Star's looking pretty quick now on the soft compound of tyres. So he's going.
He's going to have a. Yeah, he's going fast for his first strategy and then going for a big undercut, I'd assume.
And then he's going to try and wait for the rain to come. So the rain will be coming out on the race.
He might
and
be going
Callum,
soft mediums or something like that.
Callum versus David Game pistol. Callum, no, fucking Matt. Too many people. I'm sorry. Fucking hell. Yeah, Callum gets the move back on David Games up to P12 now in this Grand Prix. Next up for him is Evipt, who's actually running no assist this race. So he's wanting a bit of a challenge, but it's got him 1.9 seconds adrift of Salvador. Great start here from Salvador, the championship leader, Mal.
Yep, I've been in this league for 6 years and still you can't remember who's in the party with you.
Yeah, I know, it's incredible, isn't it?
And we've got around the side, go start. I think Dano's made a move on, trying to get a move on Dilemma here. As Vivian stays ahead of Dilemma for now. Only a flags and McLaren.
Evic's spam. Evic's spam. Yeah,
not a good start for the McLarens.
Don't reset to track.
Pistem on the hards is pulling he's already got a DRS gap ahead of Darkin. That is crucial. DRS is very powerful around here, especially if you want to keep on the back of somebody. Especially if Pistem's on the harder tyre as well.
Oh, and we've got 7 on the inside of Abraham. No, Star, sorry. What? These camera angles are so shit around this track.
Darkin managed to just about get DRS on Pistem.
Come on, Star.
Running outside.
Those softs are gonna drop off a lot though, Matt.
Yeah, by about lap 7, they're probably going to be up and start thinking about pitting.
So we need to get this move done. Here we go, side by side into Cop's corner. The two Williamses are battling. That Salvadoran Tornado.
Oh, what's on the side for Cops? Oh, Tornado's gone wise, and that's already a pound out 3. It's not something you want to see, especially when it's on Britain.
Yeah, Tornado's home race as well. Back in the league as well for this race. Front race on Tuesdays, Matt. So he
Abraham Lincoln's got past 7 here, or trying to get past and Stowe up the inside.
Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln.
I love that idea.
Spanish. He's got
That's an amazing name, you know. And Salvador Espan! What is going on here in Britain? Salvador's back on the circuit.
Oh, God, no. He must have
What was going on there? Oh no, he's behind Danny now. He's behind Danny now.
Oh,
he either had a collision with Tornado or span on traction.
Yeah, it's quite easy to do that around there, especially if you're on wide and you don't carry the speed. As McLaren outvips his round again for the last corner, and that's him pretty much out of this race unless it's a safety car.
Yeah.
There's already
Star
big gap.
He's losing the time. Star is losing.
Out
to
Callum,
everyone.
there's a 3-second gap, and then from Francis to Datu is another 3-second gap. Oh, the McLaren
Seven span.
7.
That's 7.
Yep. I wonder how many times he's going to do that. Whether it's going to be 7 times, we'll see.
Yeah.
Star is not really making inroads anymore. He's still in P6. He's still going to get past the Red Bull of Abraham. Mr. Abraham Lincoln. But yeah,
Come on, keeper in, bit quicker. Dilemma's going to have DRS, Matt. Sorry to cut you off. Dilemma's going to have DRS down a hanger straight.
Yep. Inside, DRS mounting. Up the inside, simple move.
Yeah. There you go. That is the move for Dilemma.
You need to try and keep up with Darkin here. Darkin's managed to keep within DRS or pit stem. That's crucial for him. Especially now pit stem's on the hard tyre. That's what you still want to do is start pulling away later on in the stint. But yeah. Star managed to get past Abraham Lincoln as well on a sauce. Sauce already going to start falling away here. So we'll see how that goes. I just need to quickly.
Piston on the hards, yeah. Piston is on the hards. Darkin is on the medium. So that's going to give Darkin some advantage in terms of grip.
Oh, and there's contacts. Abraham Lincoln and Tornado out of the loop there, and both of them got DRS, which means they both lost a lot of time to Star. Up the inside goes on Abraham Lincoln. There's going to be a little bit of iffiness with the two drivers after that incident. The Red Bull was pushed off the circuit. Oh, yeah, a bit of a moment to Abraham, and the Williams breezes side to side now. Tornado doesn't have much battery left. He's already down to 22%. It's not going to help him in the long run. You've got to manage it. Now Abraham Lincoln's all over the back of him, but you don't want to move yet, so you want to get behind the DRS lines here. And then you want to try and stay as close to them through him, or down and make some chapel into the hanger straight. DRS open, no overtake being used. Overtake being used for Tornado, but it's going to run out if he keeps using it. That's the way it is.
Yeah, he's on a red light as well, Matt, and Lincoln's going to get the move done on the inside. You've got Gion to look out for as well, and Davigen's going to get involved as well.
Oh, there's Sebastian Vettel and Max Verstappen
What the fuck is that?
And Tornado's retired.
Tornado is out of the British Grand Prix as well. Safety car is out.
Yep. Tornado just squeezed him off the track, and then
did Tornado destroy his vehicle?
He went straight on into the gravel. Whether he accelerated or something, I don't know. I was on board with 7 there, with Abraham Lincoln. Sorry. It looked like Tornado both went off the grass, both went onto the grass, and then Tornado went straight on into the gravel, and then he just decided to basically, I don't know, he had plenty of time to stop, so I assume he just went straight on. So I think it was easily avoidable because that's quite, you've got to hit the barriers quite hard from that far back. You know what I mean? He had plenty of time to stop, so I think that he might have had an instant and probably then just decided to just crash the barriers. I don't know.
Well, it stabilised the Grand Prix map. Lap 6 now of the race.
Yeah, this is probably a good chance to start a pit for mediums or hards.
I was about to say
that. Yeah, maybe I was giving the softs. There's no point staying out because then you're going to pit like 3 or 4 laps later anyway.
If I was him, I'd go on mediums and hope that the rain's going to come.
It depends. If the rain comes in 5 laps time, then yeah, I say mediums. These aren't so softs. But if it's rain says it's going to be another 20 minutes or so, you might want to think of which point I say hard.
Darkin's in. Darkin is in the pit lane.
I think a lot of people will be, and Pit stayed out.
Yeah, Stars in, Jihan's in, David Gaines in. Callum is going to carry on in this Grand Prix. But that doubt is really going to bug him. Let's see what tyres they go on, Matt.
Hards, mediums, hards. First second time for Datu. Speeding in the pit lane. Set of hards
for Darkin. See what Star's going to go on. It's going to be interesting. Yeah, set of hards for him. Is the rain even going to come when is the rain going to come?
Just the top 6 on hards now. The ones that stayed out.
Yeah, that's Noble, Correa, Danny, Abraham, Callum and Piston.
Piston is that Darkin was able to do the opposite of what he should do. Do what he ever doesn't do. Is what Brundle says a lot.
Yeah. Keeper's got a set of medium, same with Dilemma. Darkin's on the hards. David Al is also on the hard compound tyres. So, yeah, mixed up strategies here, Matt. And the clouds are starting to form over the circuit here more and more. Rain is on its way. That's why it's so important to be on the right tyre at the right time. Yeah.
Abraham Lincoln just drove past through Danny. I don't know what happened there. I didn't see Abraham Lincoln have a mistake or something. I don't know. So yeah, pretty much everyone from P8 downwards has pitted. So David L was also stayed out. Obviously, AI was a little bit slow going around. Luckily, his AI managed to get around in time. Pardon me. So yeah, a lot of cars on mediums. Obviously, the cars that were already on a set of hards couldn't go for another set of hards because it's still well. Unless they went the hardest tyre strategy, which is technically what you should do, which if it's just a race. As Pistol's now joined the session for some reason. The car's just pitted, and that's in mind for Datu.
Datu.
He's going to take his 5-second penalty, isn't he? That's, yeah, I can see why he's trying to do it. He'll have another set of mediums anyway, so...
You can't serve them under safety car, can you?
Yeah, that's what I did during my soft stick when I pitted for my set of
softs. Oh.
It's the drive-through you're thinking of.
Yeah, drive-through. Yeah, here we go then. Serving his drive-through.
You just put another set of mediums, obviously.
Is that allowed in real life?
I think so.
That's just interesting because you're not losing actually.
Well, yeah, but you still technically get penalised for it, aren't you? Because if it is a safety car, you might still lose, because you technically are still losing about 4 or 5 seconds, aren't you? You're still having to stop yourself. Yeah. Obviously, if you're towards the back, you're towards the back, aren't you? But if Piston, Callum, Abraham Lincoln, Danny, Correa, and Noble and David all pit at the same time now, let's say Piston had a penalty, he'll drop behind all of them, wouldn't he? So depending on the penalty's still being applied, isn't it? And he's still being penalised for it. So it's obviously, as long as it's...
You just lose less. Actually, no, you lose more time doing a safety car.
Well, no, because the safety car, everyone's going slower, so you do lose less time. Always why you would want to do it under the safety car.
Yeah, but everyone's bunched up. That was what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, Matt. Yeah, let's stop talking about numbers because maths wasn't my speciality at school. So, you can do the maths and I'll do the English. How's that? Right.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and I'll do the Portuguese and the Russian and the French to go with it. Right. Datu can come round then. I think safety car will be in this lap. There it is from the race control, Matt. Here we go then. So we've got the top. I swear I just saw rain. Oh no, sorry, that's my eyes deceiving me. Right, here we go then, Matt. Also, anyone going side by side under safety car will be penalised. To make sure these drivers are not going side by side. It needs to be an orderly queue fashion. As we build up to the restart, Matt, of the British Grand Prix. Here we go then.
He's gone.
There you go, he's gone. Abraham Lincoln's on the back of Callum. He's in a Mercedes sandwich. Danny in P4 is going to like that. Callum in P2. Watch out for the clouds as well, Matt, as we go racing once again. Strategy is going to be very important around this track, Matt. And there's some action going on here. We've got Darkin and David Al side by side.
Oh, inside goes Swivering. On those
on
new
Bieber
mediums.
in.
Yeah, these
Bieber's going to have some
old
very
hards.
good pace. Same with Dilemma.
Yeah, these old hards are just going to struggle a bit more here. It's not a massive difference, but it's still going to be about half in pace difference.
Yeah, definitely. And Stars coming through on the back of Davidao. Here we go, around the outside.
Abraham went
Stars
up at Bucklands and Danny's got through.
Danny's through P3 and Star versus Davidao as they go up to Cop's corner.
Darkin versus Nabel, side by side. Darkin up inside of Nabel. And it moved on. Darkin has new tyres. Look at them. Look at Dilemma.
Go on, Darkin. Dilemma's lost a lot of time. Come on, Bieber in.
Time. He's gained the 2 places, Maldy.
Oh, I'm thinking Bieber in them.
Yeah, Bieber in.
There's so much action here, Matt. We've got the Ferrari of Dilemma, and now Fiberin's got the Mu Brasil Kim Manja, Alado down the hanger straight there. Bit of Portuguese for you. Up the inside, and he's up to P7. There you fucking go. But Dilemma's going to come back. The McLaren's come back out in. That's Correa coming out of nowhere. Side by side through Val. And Fiberin's going to hit the curb on the inside there. Bit of a squeeze there from Correa as they come through the final corner. Side by side, 3 down. 3 wide now into the first corner. I don't know what it's called. And the McLaren is through up to P6 there. And Fiberin's going to have to yield that position. They're on the front there. The driver's gone. They're going to have the AlphaTauri.
Oh, there's an AlphaTauri.
And there's been a spin.
Start, yeah. I mean, I don't know what else you can expect when you dive bomb something like that. When there's about that much action.
There you go.
And you steam up the inside, you're going to get cut off. Yeah, Star there.
And Noble has made a mistake through that corner outside. Quick off. There's just so much action going on up and down the field.
Yeah.
Got Francis now on the inside. That's P11 for him. Salvador's trying to follow himself through here. He's P12, Noble P13, 7 P14. Not a good day for the DRT drivers here. 12th, 13th and 14th. But Salvador's going to have to run now on Francis. There's a massive train here.
It's definitely shaking.
Fibering going to go around the outside of Cop's corner.
He's got the grit to do so. He's gone wide though. Is that going to be an illegal overtake? I'm not sure you would think so, wouldn't you?
Get the place back there. No, looks like it's all right for the moment, Matt. He's up to P6 in this race. Next up is Abraham.
Yep. There's just the freshness of these tyres, even darker on the fresh hards.
Oh my God! Look at the AlphaTauri. Look at the pace here for David Game down the hanger straight.
Oh, he's on the grass, David Game. He's going to put himself a bit wider. Oh, it's 2 cars on second. There's McLaren and a Ferrari.
Fucking hell, Britain, Jesus. Dilemma's on the inside.
This difference in tyres is creating absolute chaos here. There's people tripping over each other on different grips of tyres right now. And Dark is up to P3.
Come on, Darkin. This is what I'm talking about. His rival is all the way down in P10, Matt.
Yeah. Oh, and remember, got it inside Danny. Oh,
that's Seven's on the inside of Correa here.
Oh,
front row section seats.
Abraham
this is major. Then you got the other McLaren. That's Invictus bang into the wall. He's lost an end plate. He's dropped it on traction, Matt. He's out of the British Grand Prix.
I think they might be in contact there, yeah.
No, he just lost it on traction. I was on board. Yeah. He lost it on traction.
Sorry. I thought I heard contact when I went on board with him.
Yeah, I thought he was trying to. I think he was trying to out traction his teammate, but yeah, it didn't work. Put too much power down the span. Why is Fibering dropped?
There's cars going side by side.
Oh my God! Fibering is out of the British Grand Prix.
No,
that is a massive crash. Massive crash down the. Coming out of Cop's corner.
No, he'll be retiring if he keeps spinning it like that.
Emil Del Scucel, what the fuck happened there?
I don't know. I was too busy looking, but there's about 4 or 5 battles going on at the same time. So I didn't have a clue.
That is a massive crash, Matt, down the straight. Fuck me.
People need to stop tracking in there. Jihan trying to make a move on 7th.
Lever's on the inside.
Abraham, yeah. Obviously Abraham on the older tyres. Oh, he's a bit of a moment. And the Williams has gone through as well, and he's been triple dunked. Has Abraham? Abraham will be putting that to his. Making a new law for that. Can't that happen again?
Yeah, he'll be getting that clip ready for the evidence. And yeah,
so that's got no place here. Abraham's lost another 2 places now. He's just dropping back like a fly. He's now trying to bast it out with Francis. He's on the new.
Yeah, Clancy down the straight.
But I think the rain's going to be coming soon.
That was really aggressive. That was really aggressive. I think Abraham needs to try and hold it out. I think Abraham needs to try and hold it out for the intermediates. That's what I think he needs to be doing.
Yeah, that's what he's trying to do. I think luckily Pitsam's got a bit of a lead, so hopefully by the time they've passed Darkin, he's got a bit of a gap. Actually, Darkin's already up to P2 now, hasn't he?
Yeah, 2.4 seconds.
Considering how much battling's been going on, I'm surprised he hasn't split up this grid here.
I'm surprised there hasn't been more people crashed.
Yeah, I think obviously the few leaders have pulled away. Darkin's done dispatched them very nicely. Callum, what he's going to do, he's trying to repass Darkin here up inside.
I think they're going to be in the party, Matt. They're going to be talking. They're going to be thinking, right, you know, Pistem's leading this race. Get Callum to block him.
Yeah, I was literally about to say the same thing. Yeah, just keep using DRS.
That's what I think's happening. There's some action going on here. We've got Dilemma versus Salvador into the voucher chicane. He's going to have the inside for the next part of the corner. Salvador goes wide onto the curb there. Round the outside goes the Williams. Side by side down the straight. Here we go then. It's going to be Williams versus Ferrari. Dilemma's got more ERS management. Pulls out of the move for turn one. He's now going to get it down this next DRS straight, Matt. Keep it behind, don't make any stupid moves. Got the other Ferrari of Francie coming through. The Red Bull trying to get past him. That's Jihan here, and Danny's involved in all this as well. The Red Bull, bit of a moment there for Jihan. He's going to have his teammate behind him, but shouldn't be too much problem. It's Dilemma now in that slipstream on the back of Salvador. Both used to be in F1X. Now it's only one of them. Round the outside goes Dilemma. You're going to have a better line around the outside, but it's been pushed off there a little bit by Salvador. Good defending from the Williams. And 7 is through up to P6. And Matt, this is like a 10,000 car DRS train. This is absolutely mental. And Callum has been taken. Oh, great. Matt, are you with us?
Sorry, yeah, so I was trying to do something. Callum's gone straight on for Magnussen Beckett, so he didn't have any damage.
Callum, I think he had a collision with Dav again.
And he's now pinched in now, and he's lost 3 places there.
Yeah, now he's just going to lose places left, right, centre. Correa, I think, has span or gone off the track. Yeah, it's action everywhere. There's like 14 drivers in the space of like one sector. Mental. Well, and Francis span! Gone across the track there.
He's got away with damage there.
That could have ended in tears there for about 6 drivers.
Jihan's picked up a time penalty.
And the rain is coming.
Yeah, it's clouding. So the rain's going to be happening anytime soon now. Other than probably now, we'll see in the next 5
Here we go, 7. 7's on the inside of Salvador, Matt.
Oh, Correa's gone. Star's gone. Sorry, Star's gone.
Star's gone off the track. Broken front wing, broken. Is it broken?
No, he's just banned.
Simple Tier 2. I know Tier 2 brings us loads of action, but I don't like it when there's loads of action in Tier 2.
People spinning that late out of the loop.
I don't know.
That's late on in the traction zone, that is.
Right, well, Salvador and Dilemma are battling now, so this is getting a bit feisty, and Callum needs to get these moves done back, but he's not got the tyres.
Darkin has
actually been. Yeah, Darkin has been overtaken now.
Yeah, Darkin's obviously on the medium, so he's got a little bit more pace in him. Side by side, it's Salvador and Dilemma here again, not the first time.
Fucking hell.
Very, very close. Oh, that front wing camera, very tight. Oh, there's a tangle. And Dilemma's on the grass, and he's going to have to get back on the circuit here. A bit of DJ. Oh, he's ticked the Mercedes, and he's round.
Yeah, you have to be so careful when you're coming back on the track. Yeah, he's been hit,
You can't come back on the apex like that. Every time you try and come on return on the apex like that, when you've gone wide, it always ends up in an instant. Always. And Abraham Lincoln's picked for another set of mediums, I'm not sure why.
I don't think those tyres are going to get the rain period. Or the rain might not even be falling, who knows?
Well, the mediums up to P6 can do 14 laps. He only did 8 laps, I'm pretty sure. You paid like every time anywhere else, so you could have easily done another, I don't know, 8 laps on his tyres probably.
Oh, I don't know.
Because we did a couple laps under the safety car, so you could have easily took them to about 16 laps on them. Which is 8 another laps.
Well, Derry game, as you said, definitely got the pace. He needs to use these mediums to his advantage.
Yeah, Pistem needs this rain to come down now. if he wants any chance of not losing this. Vibrin's had a spin at the Vale chicane. Not something you want to be doing. Not something you want to be doing with that far back on 2 set laps old softs, to be honest.
Rain.
I think it's Pitham doesn't want it to, doesn't like rain, but he needs the rain to come down because he's just losing time to the David game here. And he's dragging in Darkin with him.
Darkin's got that DRS.
7's too far away, so the piston cut should be alright from him. Vibrin, I think, just had another spin again.
There's been a crash, there's been a collision, that's that.
It's one of those things, as soon as you fall back to really far back on the grid, you just suddenly lose the ability to drive. There's a collision, there's an Aston Martin and now a Ferrari. That's Dilemma and Datu and Noble. I think had a collision through Club Corner there.
Alfa Romeo there. They were. I think they had a collision at Vale. That final part of the lap really seems to be causing the problems tonight.
Well, it caught up for instances yesterday as well, wasn't it? With was it Sem, my teammate, and Aston Martin, or was it
Powers? Yeah.
I also quite like that Italian GP helmet that Snable's wearing. It's quite nice.
Bieber in Hispan again, and he's about to get lapped.
Oh, there's a hassle. That's Fibrin. Always with Fibrin. Is he forgot how to drive or something? You need to move because you don't want to cause a safety car here.
Yeah, his race is done. I think he's going to come back in the pits now and retire.
Yeah, as soon as he's lapped down, I'll just give up at that point. Actually, 10-second time penalty.
A 10-second time.
Yeah, but what happens when you linger off track for too
long? He's not happy. He's weaving down the straight. He's not happy. He's not happy.
There's only one person to be unhappy about, this is himself. So.
Not good. Not good at all. That is the end of his race.
Oh, there's now Romeo following behind and he's trying to breathe. That's Dable coming to pits as well. Not sure why he's pitting. Is the rain coming down? Because it should be coming down soon. Because Nable's decided to pit.
Yeah, well, David Game, Matt, sorry. David Game's now 4 tenths behind his term now.
Yep, to expected.
David Game wins this right up.
I think this rain could really shuffle things up.
Yeah, definitely.
Because some people like the rain, some people don't. I don't like the rain on this game. Something about it, I just don't trust the car. I prefer the rain on the old game than last year's game, to be honest. Because it's a bit more predictable. In this game, the car feels a bit more floaty.
Yeah, well, you are racing in the rain. Anyway, moving on then. David Game's in the slipstream of the Alfa Romeo. This time's really going to be racing. And it's raining. The rain has started falling at probably the perfect time for pit stem here.
Too early. It's too early, Melody. You're going to wait and use another lap first. If you're still going into pits now, you'll burn out the tyres.
Pit lane?
No, it's too early. So if you go in now, you'll
You never know, Matt. You never know. Halfway through the lap, the track might be soaked. If I was Datu, I'd box this lap.
No, you'll lose too much time trying to get
the rain might, Matt, the track might be soaked.
Melody, you know what this game's like. Even though it looks soaked, it's still technically dry. So that's what the game is.
Well,
so
we'll see where we go.
It might not be intermediates for another 2 or 3 laps yet, for all we know.
Yeah, well, Piston's got some ERS to use over David again.
Ribbon still hasn't retired. He's going for another set of softs. I don't know what he's trying to do now because he's not going to get anywhere for 2 minutes behind the next guy in front. As now, David Game's still at the back here. It's going to be a bit difficult for his team on these old hards with the rain coming down.
Datu is on a set of intermediates. He's listened to me. You've got Ivit coming in as well. That might also be a set of inters. Let's see if it's going to be good enough.
It's still not even, doesn't even look wet yet.
Ebron's retired from the session.
Yeah, not surprised there.
He might as well be back anyway.
Here comes David Game. Through he goes. Easy move of DRS there. Yeah, Pissem I think she's going to have to linger on for now. Pissem is in the pit. No, trying to do dummy here, but like I said, the track still doesn't even look wet yet. It's not even wet yet, Maldy, visually. And normally you've got to visually look wet before you even think about pissing. So it's way too early. If you look at Datu now, he's paid. Look at his
Danny's
delta.
in. Danny's in the pit lane.
No,
Danny's
it's too
in.
early. It's too early. Look at Datu's delta compared to Noble. Look how much time he's dropping. It was 7.7 about 2 corners ago. It's now 8.4, 8.5, 8.6. So it's just that delta is just shooting up here. There's just intermediates on not the tyres to be on right now. It's not wet enough. Obviously 8.7 now. Yeah, Datu's lost about a second in about 30 seconds. It's not. It's too early. It is still way too early.
Intermediates for David out.
Yeah, you need to stay out here. It's just clearly not wet enough yet. Yeah, it's greasy, but it's still nowhere near the switchover point.
Well, let's see what Danny's going to be like, Matt. Because Danny does like these wet conditions. He does like the rain.
Pit Sam's really dropped off the back of David Game here. David Game has really drained his overtake. Again, it still doesn't look wet yet.
Let's look at that gap.
I'm looking now between Danny and Abraham Lincoln. That'll be another look now to see what the gap says. Yeah, Danny's losing time here. Yeah, not the tyre to be on yet. Danny's still losing time to Abraham Lincoln. Yeah, he's still not intermediates yet. Still too slow. It's still nowhere near the switchover period. Yeah, Pisserman's darking in. I think they've come in because I still don't think it's intermediates yet. It's still not intermediates.
Yeah, both going on to intermediates. You've got Darkin in for intermediates. Pistons in for inters. You've got Callum coming in as well. Francis in.
It's not wet enough. I don't know why people are coming in. You know it's game. If it's not looking wet, it's not wet enough. I would just come on for another set of slicks, I would. It's too slow. Danny's lost half a second to Abraham Lincoln, he has. Now it's starting to look a little bit wet now. Now you want to start thinking about intermediates in the next lap or so. Now when you see those spots, I know it's getting close. I think it might be at the end of this lap.
This might be the perfect lap for Callum here. This might actually be
the perfect time. Struggling a little bit through that.
This might be the time, Matt.
Yep,
this lap or next lap. Depending on how much Callum can gain. He's losing a bit of time. Yeah, he's gaining. He's gaining. Callum's gaining.
Yeah, I think it might be intermediates now. So David Game, I think he's got this perfectly here.
Yeah, David Game's in the pits. Salvador's in. Steven's in. Gion's going to come in. No, he's not. He's going to carry on. My phone's pinging off. Great stuff. Dilemma's in.
Yeah, this will be,
right, Pistem, Matt. Pistem's coming through now. The slow corner. Where is David Game's going to leave his box now. Where's Pistem going to be in all of this? Yeah, nowhere near.
Remember how Hardy?
He might be deep. Actually, hold on.
It's going to be close here. Don't forget.
Pistem's round the final. Pistem's round the first corner now.
He has gained a bit of time. He has gained some time, Hardy.
He's going to have the temperature as well.
It was about 2 seconds to get before he pitted. It's now, well, less than a second.
And also,
the
inters do come out cold as well. I don't know if that really makes a difference. But this time we'll have that temperature.
I think it's don't. I think it's the wets that do.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, because the wet tyres don't have tyre blankets on, do they?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Seems to me it's still.
Okay, I thought it was both inters and wets. But anyway, Pistem will still have that temperature in his tyres. First lap. We'll see if we can gain some time, but he's losing a little bit.
Yeah, it's I think it is intermediates now. Just the gap between David Game and Jihan. Yeah, it is intermediates now. I think Jihan should have pitted last lap. Look how broken it is now. All McLaren's went off that empty a bit as soon as I went onto him accidentally. Look how spread out the grid is now. I think pitting at different times has really screwed over some people here. I generally think the time that Callum pitted was probably the early lap you could have pitted and got away with it, and then I think the lap that David Game and everyone else pitted was probably the perfect time to pit. But Peter, where Danny pitted and David L. Carrera it was too early. I think that was just too early.
Yeah, and Jihan is way too late. Intermediates for the Red Bull.
Yeah, that is a lap too late. So there was about a 2-lap window there, and Jihan's gone too late there. He's going to lose a lot of time. Yeah, it really, really has split up this grid here. There's only a few small bars now. I'm not sure if DRS is still enabled yet. Yep, DRS is actually still enabled right now. Funny enough.
Interesting. That's really helping Piston now.
Yeah, not very often you see racing going on intermediate tyres with DRS still being enabled.
Well, this game was made by Codemasters, Matt, so...
Yeah, I just think the game will
I'm sure
Piston
won't be moaning, though. Piston won't be moaning about that.
Oh yeah, this is what's helping him linger on right now. There you go.
Oh.
DRS disabled.
There you go.
Speak about it and it goes away. There you go. So
yeah, don't speak about it again. Triggered off the race control.
And Jihan's off the session.
We're getting back.
Yeah, now PSM's now lost time to the other game. No more DRS for him. It's now over a 1 second for PSM. But no more DRS, obviously it's been disabled. He could have used the DRS to catch up there, but he's lost 2/10 in Stoa alone, which really proves how much PSM's struggling around here. You know what? I wish it didn't rain now. This rain has really, really spread out the grid. If everybody just pitted on the same lap, or the same 2 laps, it wouldn't have been this bad.
Yeah, well...
I think people like, I think it was Abraham Lincoln. He pitted, he was on like...
Yeah, Piston's lost a whole second. 1.9 now.
Yeah, it was 1.3 going through Vale Chicane. And it's what, we're only gone, what, a sector, and he's lost 8/10.
Yeah, so, he really lost it through the first corner.
That's how he set up, sometimes it's a bit key, but we saw in Japan that PSM really does not like these conditions. And in Japan...
It rained in Japan?
Yeah, it rained in Japan in Tier 2. That's why PSM struggled so much.
Did it?
Yeah.
It rained in Japan last week?
In Tier 2, I'm pretty sure, because I remember PSM moaning about it, wasn't
he? You sure that wasn't qualifying and not...
I can't remember.
I don't know,
It was definitely rain at some point. There was definitely a sort of rain session. And PSM really struggled.
Yeah,
I think it rained in qualifying and then rained at the start of the race and it dried up, I think.
Victor Span, he's off the track again.
Yeah, I don't know, he's just racing around for doodling around now, isn't he? 7 now on the back of Salvador.
But it's good, Matt, that, you know, drivers that have made mistakes, you know, the Noble, the Datu, they're still carrying on and finishing this race, so respect to them.
Yeah,
and a big thank you. Yeah, a big thank you to those guys for carrying on. Gap between Severn and Salvador is now 4/10. Severn is looking quite good in these conditions, Matt.
Yeah, so PSM's like say it's not these conditions here. Waiting for Danny to start getting some time in Dynamo. It's 5.3, it's too far behind me. Danny's actually, I don't think he's as happy in these conditions as I think he thought he was. Because he isn't quite making any inroads. As Callum and Dana fighting here through the loop, through Aintree. Down the Wellington Street, obviously no DRS. Callum has no battery left in his battery. 10% is what he's got. Dana's got a little bit more to play with here. There's 2.5 laps to go, Maldi. So we're almost at the end of this race. It's going to be quite early.
Yeah, I think at the moment, Matt, if the race ends the way it does at the moment, David Game and Salvador will be spaced out by 8 points. That'll be the gap between David Game and Salvador.
He's about to get
again.
Lapped.
He might as well have come in and retired, to be honest. Yeah, there you go. Wasn't the race for him today. He did a mass up 2008 Britain.
What did he do in 2008?
Span
Well,
about
it span
5
about
times.
50. Oh yeah, it span about. Yeah, I remember that. Triggered my memory.
Span about 15 times. Yeah, so that's commiserations there for the McLaren, but yeah, it wasn't his day. We'll see him next week at Spa-Francorchamps.
Well, when
Or
that's
the
span
Belgian
about
Grand Prix.
15 million times at Britain in 2008, that was probably a skill issue. I mean, even when people won that race, people were on full wets, and then Hamilton stayed out intermediates, and Hamilton stayed on track.
Yeah, well, there you go, innit? But yeah, Stephanie's really trying to get near to Salvador, but the gap is just not coming down. 8 tenths now, so it's actually gone up. And Salvador is actually catching Darkin. 1.5, but he's lost a bit of time there, a bit of a... Yeah, man, this is what happens when it rains. It kind of, well, yeah, just fucks the racing, really. Yeah, it fucks the racing really badly. But I don't think David Game will be minding this. Where did he start? 17th?
Who is that?
David Game?
Can't remember.
He'll be driving the day regardless. So.
P14, so he's gained 14 places, so P18.
Yeah. There you go. Great
stuff.
David
Game plus 18 places, that's P19. I was looking at Salvador. P up 14 places. So Salvador, David Game's basically done last to first here.
Mental. But Pistem's got some time back in that final sector. But I don't think it's going to be enough, Matt. I don't think he's going to catch 2 seconds in 1 lap. This is the final lap now of the British Grand Prix.
Emma here. Callum can keep within 3 seconds. He can get back past by Darren Emma. Same with Danny. Danny needs to get within 3 seconds of Jihan. And if he can get an extra place, an extra point.
Yeah, Danny likes these conditions as well. Danny does like the wet. He's just been a bit unlucky with strategy and... Yeah, the penalties have been decent, Matt. Only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 6 drivers out of the 19.
Yeah, so it's always one of those tracks where it's easy to pick up the penalties, but it's also very easy to avoid the penalties. It's just one of those tracks, really.
Absolutely. Salvador is in that 1 second window of Darkin here. I think Darkin's just going to hold on to his P3.
Yep, no sandbugs today. Just seem nice, not how they sandbugs anymore. Frusto.
Well, they sorted that out. Have they sorted out with the patch?
I think it's been like that for a couple of weeks. It's been a couple of weeks now, isn't it?
Okay, interesting stuff.
Game. Coming around Vale chicane Maldi, through into Club Corner, down Hampton Straight.
That's what it's called, Club Corner. There you go, David Game comes round the final corner to win the British Grand Prix. And now if no more penalties get applied, he is 8 points behind Salvador in the championship. And we could, wow, Matt, be crowning another Spanish champion in STB Tier 2.
Oh, the Ferrari Spanner Dilemma, he's binned it across the line. And he's lost the place. Oh, we've got Jihan! Jihan's off the track, and that might give Danny the oh, that was crossed the line, luckily enough, but Danny doesn't actually get the place. Danny was actually a 10th off, getting an extra point there. Oh, no, that crashes are happening now. The AI is happening. Oh, yeah. Maybe oopsie whoopsie.
That's what you call it. That's just a representation of Tier 2.
Yeah, Daffy comes across the line.
Here we go. Oh!
Yeah,
oh, absolutely, Datu. Absolutely. Great ending. Yeah, David Game then is your race winner at the British Grand Prix. I don't know if he can speak English, but, you know, I guess we'll find out in a bit.
Yep, there's your podium finishes, Maldick. 2 Spanish drivers on the podium.
Absolutely. I mean, half the grid is Spanish this season, so I would expect at least 1 Spanish driver on the podium every race.
Yep, and my former EQR colleague, EQR Preston.
And yeah, Pistem gets another good performance. I think this is a track that he enjoys, Matt. So great to see him back on the podium. He would have loved to win this race, but he didn't have the pace in the wet, unfortunately. But he did get P2 in the end. And Darkin, my second favourite driver from Tier 2, behind Bieberim. Darkin gets P number 3. Fourth was DRT Salvador. Fifth, 7, 6th was Francis. 7th was Callum. But these are, of course, the provisional results, Matt. So anything can happen in terms of stewards' investigations. It could completely change the race on its head. 7th was Callum. 8th was Dilemma. 9th was Jihan. 10th was Danny. 11th was David Out. 12th was Corette. 13th Start. 14th Abraham Lincoln. 15th Datu. 16th Noble. And then your non-finishers were Evict, Fieberin and Tornado. I don't know if David Game's joining the party. I don't even know if he can speak English to do an interview. But we'll see. So yeah, in the meantime, then we'll speak to Piston while we're waiting for people to join. Blah blah blah. P2 today. Yeah, it just wasn't your. Yeah, includes audio as well. Piston, it just wasn't your kind of conditions near the end there. Take us through your race.
Qualifying was really good. Was 0.2 ahead of second place, which I think was Vibering. Got to the start of the race on the dries, felt like I had decent pace, was trying to pull away from Dilemma. Obviously, he stayed with me for a little bit. Managed to get a decent safety car restart. Yeah, pulled away from there. But the hards, after a while, the rain did take quite long to come through, and if it was in earlier, I think we would have stayed, stood a better chance of, winning the race. But we gambled quite a lot of laps on those hard tyres, and they kind of were dying towards the end of the stint. They were on about 74%, so yeah, they were sliding all over the place, and we were losing grip at 65. So it was quite a struggle to keep the car on the track, and then on the wets as well. Obviously, it didn't have a wet setup, and obviously, you've only raced wet twice on this game before. So to race in the wet, not get any warnings, keep it on the line. Yeah, the steering was a little bit difficult, but ultimately he was the quicker driver. But yeah, really good race overall. Happy with P2 considering I've only done 2 hours of practice, so all good.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you, Pistem. Yeah, so I'm on my commute, it was making an echo noise. Yeah, then I don't think David Graham's going to join, so we will wrap things up for there. Thank you everyone who has watched the Tier 2 British Grand Prix. You can join us tomorrow. Well, not me, because I'll be racing, but obviously I'm going to win, so it's all good. Maffio and Callum, you can join them tomorrow for the Tier 3 British Grand Prix. Next week we go to the town of Stavelot, to the Spa-Francorchamps circuit, for round 9, the Belgian Grand Prix. That's an absolute classic track, Spa, incredible stuff. So yeah, join us tomorrow for Tier 3. If not, we'll see you next week for the Belgian Grand Prix. We'll see you then.